Hey everybody, welcome back. I am God's humble messenger. Today I'm here to share 13 Bible verses to help with anxiety. These verses could help you or someone you know who struggles with anxiety. This video is based off the article on my website titled 13 Bible Verses That Help with Anxiety. I will include a link to the article below, so head over to my website and check it out. I will also include a link to my full website, which has other articles you should read with more on the way. You can also now find me on social media. I am on Instagram and Facebook. There are links to each page on my website. All right, on to the story. Anxiety, unfortunately, is a part of life for all of us. Everyone has experienced it at one point or another, even Christians. And we all know someone who, through no fault of their own, has a chronic issue with anxiety. It's not as easy as just letting it go. We, as Christians, should lend a sympathetic ear to those in our lives who suffer from this debilitating condition. In some cases, it cannot be helped. In every single case, they deserve our compassion and understanding, our prayers and kind words. Be receptive and listen. Sometimes that's all they want, to vent a little bit and to be listened to. You don't even have to say much most times. We should not make anyone suffering from anxiety feel like they are overreacting or make them feel like they are irrational. We should not make Christians who have difficulty with anxiety feel like they don't trust the Lord enough or do not rely enough on their faith. Anxiety is a real issue that is often overlooked. It should not be taken lightly. Fortunately, the Bible has a lot to say about anxiety, and the following 13 verses might help you or someone you know who has anxiety. The first verse comes from Isaiah chapter 35, verse 4. Say to those with fearful hearts, be strong, do not fear. Your God will come. He will come with vengeance. With divine retribution, he will come to save you. The second verse comes from Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Our third verse comes from Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Our next verse comes from John chapter 14, verse 1. Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God. Believe also in me. The next verse comes from Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. All right, continuing, we have Luke chapter 12, verse 22. Then Jesus said to his disciples, Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat, or about your body, what you will wear. Our next verse comes from the book of Psalms. This one from Psalm 34, verse 17. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. Moving on, we have Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Next, we have Jeremiah chapter 17, verses 7 and 8. But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to bear fruit. All right, our 10th verse comes from Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 and 7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. The 11th verse I've picked out comes from Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Our second to last verse comes from Colossians chapter 3, verse 15. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace, and be thankful. And our last verse, lucky number 13, comes from Psalm 94, verse 19. When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy. Next time you encounter someone who is dealing with anxiety, be like Jesus. Show compassion and listen to them. Share these verses and let them know that you are there for them and God is too. Lend them a sympathetic ear. You have no idea how much of a difference little things like these can make, especially to someone dealing with anxiety. And that's my message for today. If you like this video, please hit that like button and share my video with your friends. If you want to hear more content like this, subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. Also, if you have a story about how you or someone you know has experienced God, send me an email. Tell me your story. With your permission, I may want to turn it into a video. You never know who you might inspire with your story. Thank you for listening. I will see you next time. God bless.